Let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, head over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. Also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body. Relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position. Just allowing the body to fall into place. And begin to let go of attending to the outside world. Allowing sights and sounds to be as they are. No need to investigate. Constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Letting go too of thoughts of the past, plans for the future. Concentrating our awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Breathing naturally, normally, and just noticing. Giving ourselves the instruction to quickly notice when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind. And then without judgment or frustration to lift our awareness up from those distractions and to place it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll generate a broad and altruistic motivation for our time. So begin by tapping into the fundamental drive in your life. to move toward happiness, satisfaction, contentment, and to move away from painful conditions. Noticing how this is the primary drive 24 hours a day. Characterizing even the dreams that we have. And begin to understand that there is nothing unique about this impulse. Every sentient being has this in common. And in the same way that we experience pain so sharply, so too is every other sentient being. For each and every single one of every other sentient being, they are striving to secure happiness and to avoid suffering, whatever their actions, their appearance, their manners, their opinions. For them, their happiness is no less important than mine is to me. And they're simply following that same drive that is at the center of my own life. And think that up until now, in my own life, that has been the primary drive. Not much effort or thought put into helping all of these other uncountable sentient beings to secure their own highest welfare. I think now is the time, having all of the necessary inner and outer conditions to make spiritual progress in this life. Now is the time to transcend that narrow self-concern. And to do that, I must transform my mind. I must become deeply familiar with constructive states of mind, those that support actions that are focused on benefiting others. And I must reduce my habits and tendencies that are narrow, self-centered, and born out of an egoistic self-preoccupation. Those that keep me trapped in cycles of suffering. So I take that as the purpose of our time. When we think of all of the ways in which we are the same as all other sentient beings in having this primordial drive, I think the one thing that is different is that sentient beings are uncountable, and I am simply one. And so, in terms of results, focusing on that one to the exclusion of all others is actually the source of all of my own misery. Whereas being able to embrace all others would be the source of genuine happiness, which makes it natural, appropriate to begin to dedicate myself to work for the benefit of others. For when I focus on securing just my own happiness, a very narrow perspective emerges, and I'm filled with many fears, and become nervous and uptight. When things inevitably go wrong, they appear far worse than they actually are. And I begin to often feel overwhelmed and become fragile to the slightest harm, unable to tolerate any hardship. I go into situations with the thought, what is there in this for me to gain? Which prevents me from being able to relax. In my relations with others, I expect that they will all like me, treat me well, help me, respect me, which gives rise to disappointment again and again. I become overly sensitive, easily hurt. Criticism, rejection become unbearable. And because I value my welfare above others, I am at risk of conflict. There's a barrier between myself and others, alienating me from them. Being uninterested in their needs, I act against their wishes. And because of that rejection, they appear back as negative to my mind. And I observe many faults within them. This self-centered attitude is that which empowers many afflictive states of mind. Envy arises instead of rejoicing at the good fortune of others. We belittle those who make mistakes. Attachment to me and mine causes me to overlook the impact of my actions. It makes it difficult even to train in basic ethics. These negativities cloud my mind, preventing the arising of deeper states of concentration and the wisdom that would flow from such states, blocking the whole path to liberation. This egoistic mind makes it difficult for me to respect others, to learn from them. It puts qualifications on my love and compassion, tightens my heart. So think back over your own life. See if these drawbacks, these negative results of the egoistic self-preoccupation are true in your own experience. In contrast, the more I cherish others, the more these negative types of mind, attachment, dissatisfaction, malice, are reduced. By caring about others, the focus is taken away from me and my perspective widens. My own problems appear less important. I feel closer to others, and they feel drawn to me. By taking responsibility to be of benefit to others, I develop courage, inner strength, resilience. Think that all positive spiritual qualities flow naturally from such an attitude. So again, think in your own life, times when you've been able to focus on the needs of others. Is it true that these are the benefits? And then think how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and the causes of happiness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were completely free from all problems, all sufferings, and their causes. How wonderful it would be if I could abide in a state of stable, perfect peace, satisfaction that could never change into suffering. And think, may they abide in such a state. And think, I myself will cause them to abide in such a state. And then give rise to a determination. Today, in all of my activities, I'll practice seeing others as important and cherishing them. In each interaction, I will focus on the well-being of others rather than getting something for myself. And rest your mind in that determination. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. We'll dedicate to recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings, without exception. Thinking strongly, when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment, so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. And may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.